Okay folks, Jim McCallum here. We have a great show for you this week. We're here at the Buddhist temple on Midway Road, where we will spend some time seeing this beautiful temple, seeing the grounds here, and learning just a little bit more about Buddhism. Secondly, we'll be in Winnebago, where we'll interview Barry the Saabman, who has a Saab dealership there, and who has a unique story to tell. So stay with us as we explore more of our hometown. Okay folks, again, we're here at the Buddhist temple. It's on Midway Road, midway between the courthouse at Bolivia and Route 211 just to the south. It's open to the public every day. You would certainly want to call in advance. And for more information on that, you can contact the website, which goes something like this: Wat Buddhism, W-A-T Buddhism. If you search that, you can't go wrong. So our production crew and I began our afternoon here by spending a couple of hours with the abbot, who is the wonderful old Buddhist leader here. His name is Tan Chao Kun. He's 80 years old, hard of hearing, but very keen, very alert, and very charming. He spent a couple of hours with us teaching us the basic principles of Buddhism. So we sat on the floor with our legs crossed as he taught us some of these principles, and then peppered us with questions to make sure that we were picking up some of these principles. He also gave us some literature to take home, all of which was equally interesting. So we have some great film for you following this brief introduction. The grounds are beautiful. The temple, as you will see, is incredible, and all in all, we've just had a great afternoon here at the Buddhist temple. So stay tuned, stay with us as we explore more of this wonderful area on our hometown. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. And be happy. Blessing for everybody. Get blessing and get happy life and safety life.
And our blessings to you as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When I chose ATMC when I first opened up the business, I knew they had a reputation for service. That was one of the things that was important to me. So with some of the bigger providers I've had over the years through different services in my private life, I found that was lacking, and that's something that I really wanted in my business partner I have for my internet, my phone, my cable subscription that we have. So that was really important to have that personal connection there. So I have that with Miss Emily Miller. She's absolutely wonderful with ATMC. So it's a person that I know rather than the big business and being a nameless face. I don't think that would really add to my business. But with ATMC, they're partners in what we do. So they really add value to my business. ATMC is a community-minded provider. Has shown they have the same values that I do in business. They value the personal connection. They value getting things done quickly. ATMC always follows up on what they say they're going to do. So that's something that I really found important, and I've been treated as family as long as I've been with ATMC. So I want to continue that relationship, and I'd recommend anybody that is looking to get into needing telecom services that ATMC is the way to go.
This is an organization that really ministers to women who have breast cancer or ovarian cancer. And they provide support services in items like if there's a need for some financial assistance, maybe a wig if they have lost their hair and they can't afford to buy one. Well, we've got plenty of them here. We have gift packs that we put together that we leave on a door or get delivered to their home, and in it is a bunch of encouragement. Things aren't always what they can be hard, but if you've got somebody else out there that's walking the same steps and can share that with you, it does make a big difference. So the grant that was received from ATMC for $2,500 is being used for the Angel Fund. And the Angel Fund is a fund that's used to financially help women who are for their mortgages for their homes in Brunswick County and in Columbus County. It's really hard when you think about children being affected in families and having to be uprooted and possibly have to go live with another family member. And some of the jobs that these women have are jobs that don't allow for time off with pay, so therefore that income is greatly affected. It's community helping community. ATMC and their outreach like that, it just shows that they support their own community. And right now with that $2,500 grant, they're specifically looking at supporting those who are dealing with breast cancer or ovarian cancer. So it's life-changing.
Hey folks, Jim McCallum here. My guest is Medhat Berry, better known as Saabman. He's a good friend of mine. We're here at Winnebago at the place of his business. And Barry, thanks for being with us today.
Pleasure to be here.
You have a great story to tell, and we're going to take a few minutes and run through at least a portion of that. Let's begin at the beginning. You came to the States as a young man.
Yes.
And you landed in New York.
Yes.
You did a lot of jobs, I know, because we talked about it, but among them was the fact that you were a stockbroker.
Yeah, that's the end of it. The end of the 28 years in New York City.
Okay.
It was a stockbroker, but it didn't start as a stockbroker.
but it ended as a very successful stockbroker.
Yes, yes.
And at some point, you decided to leave the stockbroking business, and you found your way to North Carolina.
Yeah, yeah.
Talk to our viewers about that.
Well, when it's about after 9/11, didn't feel like living in New York anymore.
I understand.
And I moved to the Poconos. I had a house in there, lived in it for a while, and the retirement was not good for me.
I understand.
So I moved to do other. I was buying and selling real estate.
Uh-huh.
And I heard Myrtle Beach was the spot for the real estate back in the 2003 and 4.
So you landed at Myrtle Beach before you found your way
Right.
here.
I
Okay.
landed in Myrtle Beach. I started buying houses and renting them, and suddenly the real estate and the stocks,
The market goes down.
market went down.
Yeah.
I lost almost everything
Wow.
to start fresh again. So didn't have much money left, probably like a $40,000, and I was looking for a business. So you listen to the news all the day, and the minute I heard Saab filed for bankruptcy, I jumped on it.
This is part of the unique nature of your story, and it's the power of an idea. But tell our viewers the idea you had and what happened after that.
It's just a knowledge of what happened with a company or manufacturer filed for bankruptcy. They can't sell, they can't buy, they can't do anything. And I thought of it as just like, wait a minute, all these people has beautiful Saabs.
Right.
They not gonna have to. They don't have part to fix their cars or anything. So I jump on that and I start buying Saab from insurance auctions
I see.
and part them out, and I start selling part on eBay and PayPal's and website. First year we made $120,000 from zero to hero.
Just selling
From
parts.
just selling parts.
Right.
And I would never been a mechanic, so it was very hard for me to
Your hands were like mine. They were soft
Right.
and easy.
we hire people obviously to take the car's apart, and I have to recognize the parts and I figure out how much it's selling for, and
But
it was a lot of work.
Just to make a point, you'd never been involved in automotive
No, I never.
matters at all.
In that time, I never changed my own oil. Never
So-
did.
So you learned.
Oh, of course.
Quickly.
Yeah, yeah. That was like 2010, 9, when I started doing that, and it was a blessing. It put me back to work, and I love the Saab. I was dreamed to have a Saab in my life. I never had
Really?
a Saab until that, because they were very expensive and it's hard to get.
Well, let's stop right there because I want to get back to your story, but we're here among quite a few Saabs, 40 or 50 Saabs, and it's no secret that I love Saabs. I'm on my 5th one. So talk a little bit about the car.
The car is great. They always say it's a bad mechanic is not the bad car. The car is good, but a lot of mechanics, they just don't know how to fix it.
Right.
So that they have to be really a professional person to fix Saab. But they're a great car. They're made very well and they're running great. And I believe Saab is coming back in a couple of years.
No kidding.
They're new ones. Yeah,
That's news to me.
yeah, they're coming back. I heard that last week.
Since I own one of the last ones,
Well, they
I
get
may be able to hold on and get a new one.
yeah. But it's going to be a different car, completely different car. They look completely different. But
Sure.
I'm so happy with these cars. They made my life better. They back to normal, and
They're great cars.
yeah, they're great cars. They're
great
very
cars.
good.
So you went from parts over time to cars, and now you have a number of cars, and you service them as well.
Right. When the bankruptcy is over, it takes about 5 years. The parts was not good anymore. Doesn't make a lot of money. It used to be like I was the Saabman 93 Inc. was incredibly good part and good service, and people loved it online. I was selling all over the country.
Right.
Online. But when the manufacturer opened again and started selling Saab parts, so they went down for the sales. So I decided to do, you know what? Let's sell cars now.
Okay.
So I stick with a Saab because that's the only one I know now.
Right.
And with a good mechanic like Chuck, he came and helped me out. He's a great mechanic. He's 40 years in that business fixing Saab, and I learned a lot from him. He's a good guy, and he's still hang around with me.
But you do a lot. You do a lot of the work as well.
Yeah. But you know, I do a lot of work. My son did a lot of work in here, and we will all work with the knowledge of from every directions and make the Saab business success.
You have a clientele that's far beyond Winnebago. Am I right?
Yes.
Talk about that for
I
a
get
second.
people coming from. I get people came from Texas to put an engine in the car.
You told me about
Yeah,
that.
and I had a guy from California shipped his car in here to put an engine in it. It was just a fantastic, good feeling.
Right.
But the reason people come that far because we give them a good service with a good price. We don't cheat. We don't add a little bit extra money here or there. No, we just get paid for what we fix. It
Right.
doesn't matter. You know, it's just what we fix.
I'm proof of that.
And
Absolutely.
and it was blessing.
But even locally, you have people come from 50, 75, 100 miles around.
Oh yeah,
to
absolutely.
get work here,
Yeah.
or to buy a vehicle here.
Last week I had a guy from Virginia came in, dropped the car. We're supposed to fix it on the spot. We couldn't for a reason, and we give him another car to drive to Virginia. And 3-4 days later, when the car is ready, he came by and he was so happy.
I'm sure.
Well, he said he's gonna give my business card to everybody he will see a Saabman.
Right.
And we take care of the neighborhood. We finance cars with no interest, no financial charge. We just help the young people to get in the cars.
I wanted to talk about that for a second because I'm here occasionally and I see the young kids that come in and get a car. A lot of them can't afford a new car and they need your help to be on the road.
Yeah. Well, I need the help too.
Sure.
Actually, the truth is, I need more of the help than they need my help. The more cars on the road in the neighborhood, which is now it's a lot of Saabs.
That's true.
I've been selling Saab for almost 8 years around here. So all these cars, I keep them in service, I keep them alive, and I keep them cheap to be fixed. So the young people can go to work and tell their friends. And it's funny, let me tell you a simple story. If you
Sure.
go fishy in Southport,
Sure.
which is very famous, you will see 4 to 5 Saab parking across that
Is
restaurant.
that right?
Yes, it's a funny. They're almost impossible. You miss these
Are
cars.
they a Saab family?
They're
or a
the- they're the-
business?
One person bought a Saab. He loved it so much. He brought his friends from the same. He work in the same place, and in the 4 or 5 cars right in front of the restaurant, they're all Saab.
It's a great story, Barry.
Yeah.
Let's take a brief break and we'll be back in just a moment.
Oh, there was a big need for better internet in the area. We were running on 6 megs and we sell real estate. The kids were doing virtual school, and basically to connect with the outside world, you really needed to be a part of the internet. And so everybody took turns. It's great that a local company like Atlantic Telephone come out and service the rural community. Normally they've been closer into the suburbs, but to see them stretch out and have confidence in the community and provide us with what we need is really an excellent thing that we're all very appreciative for.
So I found these bean bags. They are called chill sacks, and that's exactly what I hope the kids will do. I want them to chill on these bean bags. And I just wanted them to have a comfortable place to read. When you're relaxed and you're comfortable, it's easier to talk to people. And they, I think all kids and adults too need time to kind of decompress and relax. And that's what I hope this place is. A place to decompress, to relax, to read. And reading is educational and it promotes growth and learning. to know that the ATMC will support our kids and support our schools to give them places where they can read and be happy and enjoy learning, it's huge. It's so important. I'm a big believer in working together with community, and just knowing that they've supported me not once but twice. I just can't tell you how much I appreciate ATMC working with our schools.
We had satellite internet previously. It was quite a hassle when trying to book loads, trying to send documentation, trying to basically just communicate back and forth through emails. When you're trying to book loads, someone could easily swoop right in before you. If I'm taking 5-10 minutes to load a page, they can swoop in, book that job, and they're on the road before I can ever even make a contact. We knew when we moved rural it was probably going to be a struggle to find a solid internet connection, and then ATMC came and they were telling us about their services, advertising and everything, so we said, hey, we got to call this. We got to have it. Being out here in a more rural area, speeds like that are unheard of, so to see that speed, it's exciting. You know that I'll have that now, so with my business, I'm not gonna have to worry about, I gotta go up the road and try to send this email on my phone or something. Be able to do it all right here in-house. Definitely ATMC would be the only way. That's it. That's all there is to it.
We're back with Barry the Saabman. Barry, I want to continue our discussion and talk a little bit about you. Your sales of automobiles is much more than the sale of an automobile. It's about relationships.
Yeah, that's true. I like people. I like to communicate with people, especially young people, because they really need a lot of help today.
That's true.
I'm supposed to be retired, so I really not need more than just helping young people to stand up. I have 2 kids of my own, 3 kids actually, I have 40, 38, and 28. And I love to have, when you help people, I think God will send somebody to front of my kids and help them one day.
And it's a matter of paying it forward.
Pay it
That's
forward.
a term
That's
I've heard
exact word
used.
I was looking for.
Yeah, can
pay
you
it
talk
forward.
about that for a second?
It's a very important. It is just a simple fact is we have a great God, and He will not let anything go by without adjustment. And if we all think of that way, we're going to have a great life. But it doesn't matter. There's some people, they're not going to think that way. But they will not change the system.
But so many will.
It's just so many will. Yeah, absolutely. And that's what I do with customer comes in. It just trust, work the right way, work with them. If they don't have it, it's okay. You can pay me later on, it doesn't matter. It's not like...
I see it every day when I'm drop by here to visit occasionally.
Right. We don't have a sign in the window that says, oh, you can't get out of that lot without paying full bills. There's a lot of mechanic has that sign by the door. You have to pay it in full before you take your car. We never had that sign up, and we just do it. And trust me, that make the business much easier.
Sure.
Much easier with there's a trust between you and the customer.
Absolutely. I want our viewers to hear that.
Yeah.
All your advertising is word of mouth.
Yes, I don't have any advertising.
Right.
I don't advertise anywhere except Craigslist, which is just nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm actually not on the main road, so people have to really find me between the trees.
And they do.
They do.
They do.
They do. And
Yeah.
that's a blessing from God. It's
Yeah.
not because anything. It's a great thing.
Barry, you're a great friend. I really appreciate your interview.
Thank you very
so
much. It's
Thanks
my
so
pleasure.
much.
Thank you.
Folks, thanks for joining us on Our Hometown. If you have a story of interest, be in touch with us at atmctv.com. Thanks again. We'll see you soon on Our Hometown.